my name is Erica, and I would like to share a quick strategy for a first day of school activity that's going to help you learn both your students' names and also teach them the impact of really simple and clear, actionable feedback. So at the beginning of the year, if you have a class that you don't know the students' names and maybe the students don't know each other's names, that's always a great place to start, is learning the names. And so making these name tents can be a good exercise in A, following directions, B, making sure we know each other, and C, applying actionable feedback. So I would start this activity by either having kids bring out a piece of paper, or I'd have scratch paper. I'm using scratch paper, or just blank computer paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to give them the instructions on how to fold the paper for the name tent. Now, sometimes I would not use my words. I just say, you got to pay attention. And I would show them what you do is you make a roll. And you just want to make sure that this line right here is lined up with this. And then if you got a flat piece of paper, or not a flat piece of paper, if you got a flat desk, you just put it there and then flatten it out. Or if you don't have a flat desk right up at the top when you're demonstrating, right, you can always just go like that. And so now, and it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is just to make sure it elevates. So then you have this nice name tent. And then what you do is you give the students the instructions to write their name here, and if you want on the back, I think it's helpful to do the back. Once all your students have their names written, what you're going to do is you are going to have one student come up as a volunteer and then give them the criteria that they are giving feedback on if it is clear or not. So at the front of the room, and usually the students who are seated near the front of the room, it's easier to read, but the students who are in the back, it does get a little bit more difficult to read. So some of the feedback your student is probably going to give to your other students is they did not make the font big enough. So they're going to have to increase the font. Another common feedback is it's too light. And the student can read it when they're looking right here, but if it's from a distance, you can't see it, so make it a little bit darker. And then sometimes students try to get a little fancy with things, and it's fun when it's up close and you know what it says, but sometimes you just can't read it. So the feedback might be to simplify or to delete some things. And then when the student has given feedback, such as like the font is too small, you need to erase it and then make it bigger. Then you can ask the whole class to say, hey, take a look at your name tent. Does your name tent need that same? Is your font too small? Did you write it too small? Go ahead, take that time, everybody make that change. And so then hopefully once we've gotten a few rounds of feedback going, that everybody has had the chance to apply it, and then the student can say, yep, that's clear, that's clear, that's clear. And this is just a great way to start off your school year, so you get to know your students' names. They can keep bringing out those name tents for as long as you need them as a support. And especially if the other students don't know each other, then they can get to know their names a little bit better. And you have established that feedback is something that isn't scary. Feedback is just something that's going to help you grow, and good feedback, I shouldn't say good. Effective feedback is feedback that's going to allow you to take one actionable step in the direction of the purpose of why you are communicating. So I hope that this helps, and I hope you have a great school year.